The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
What's up, everybody? I'm Najee Adams, and you're listening to the Hoop Ball Nets podcast. So yes, we are back at it again, and by we, I mean just me today. You're stuck with just me today, because Hunter's dealing with some school stuff. Like we always say, we are students, so, sometimes finals come up, midterms come up, papers come up, tests come up, school comes up, and we have to handle that. So I'm here, ready to provide you with some Nets content, and right now I'm recording this on Wednesday, so it is, I guess you would call it Thanksgiving Eve? I've never called it that before, but I guess we can stick with it now. So it's Thanksgiving's Eve, and I figured we'd start the podcast off with what we're thankful for. Since there is no we and it's just me, I guess I'm just gonna give you guys a couple of things I'm thankful for. One of them being this podcast. I'm thankful for every single person that decides to go on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast and click the Hoop Ball Nets podcast. I appreciate every single one of you, and I know Hunter feels the same. This podcast has become a way for us to really talk about a team that we enjoy and just be ourselves on a level that we don't usually get to be. You don't just get to talk about sports and have people listen to you and actually care about your opinion on a regular basis. And we very much so appreciate that and are thankful for it. Another thing I'm thankful for is obviously my parents, school. Even though school sucks and school is trash, I'm thankful for the education that I am receiving. Thankful for God obviously putting my family and myself and just keeping us in a position of good things happening to us. And I'm thankful for this career that I've been able to build. I'm thankful for Hoop Ball, Dan, Brewski, Mike. I'm thankful for every single one of them that have helped me along my career and continue to grow and flourish in that career. And last but not least, I'm thankful that the Nets are on a 4-game win streak, baby. Let's get it. So yes, since the last time we recorded, the Nets have actually won 4 straight games. What was I saying? I was saying to listen, to just be calm, cool, and collected. We're gonna turn things around. We've actually turned things around quicker than we did last season, because I think last time it took until December 7th. We started winning. We beat the Hornets 2 weeks ago on November 21st, something crazy like that. We beat the Hornets 101-91. Before I get into that, let me get to the intro. Make sure you subscribe to the Hoop Ball Nets podcast on iTunes, on Stitcher, iTunes and Apple are the exact same thing, so I don't know why I said it twice. But everywhere you listen to podcasts, you can subscribe to us. And if you are listening on iTunes, leave a 5-star rating and review, because our reviews get read on the podcast. We appreciate all the feedback. You can follow us on Twitter at HoopBallNets. So make sure you tweet at us. Questions, responses, criticism, anything you want to say to us, we would love to hear it. As long as it's respectful, obviously. And again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone listening to this and your families. And let's get to our sponsor, our boys or girls, our people at Hawaiian Isles Kona Coffee Company. This podcast, like all of our shows, is brought to you by our title sponsor, the aforementioned Hawaiian Isles Kona Coffee Company. Check out their website at hawaiianisles.com. You can find them on Amazon by searching for Hawaiian Isles Kona Coffee Company. That's Kona with a K. Or on Twitter at Hi Kona Coffee. HIKONA Coffee. And let them know the Hoop Ball Nets podcast sent you. We have personally tried their coffee. I think a year ago, back when we were taking our finals last year, we tried it, and me and Hunter needed to stay up to take a test the next day, and let's just say that it kept us up well after that test. So if you need it for some energy, if you need it for a good tasting coffee, it'll check off both of those boxes. The Nets won 101-91. We beat the Hornets, as we should, without Kyrie Irving, might I add. But the Hornets don't really have anyone better than our 4th best player, so we should beat them. We managed to keep we managed to win the turnover battle. We didn't keep them at a low amount, but we managed to win it because the Hornets are garbage. The Hornets had 16 turnovers. We had 15, and we out-rebounded them 53-41, so that's good to see. We held the Hornets to 37% shooting from the field and 33.3% shooting from 3. And we shot 40% from the field and we only shot 25.6% from 3. So the fact that we still won is actually pretty great to see. Our biggest lead was 12, and we kind of just ran away with things after halftime. On to the box score. We're going to get through this one quick. Terry Rozier had 18. Malik Monk had 13. Miles Bridges had 12, but nobody on the Hornets. And the only person in the Hornets starting lineup that shot above 50% is absolutely nobody. The only person that shot 50% is PJ Washington, and he was only 2 for 4. Every single person on the Hornets starting lineup outside of him was either 40 or lower, with their starting point guard and shooting guard shooting 35% and 31%. So that's good to see from the Nets, who constantly seem to be getting lit up by opposing backcourts. We managed to hold things down this game. When we look over at the Nets side of things, Joe Harris, he still did not get things going in this one. He was only 3 of 12 from the field. He had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He did have a team high plus 21 though, so that means he is making his impact known on the court without having to be a knockdown shooter. And we all know that he's going to get it back. He's going to get that stroke back. And once he does, he's going to become a force to be reckoned with yet again. And even just him being on the court, you can't leave him open. I don't care if he's 0 for 8 from 3. It only takes 1 for him to get hot. So you can't leave him open. Taurean Prince, he played a second to team high. He played 32 minutes, 20 points. 6 of 15 from the field, knocked down 4 threes, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Jarrett Allen, our boy, this was probably the best game of his entire career. He played 27 minutes to DeAndre Jordan's 20. Both big men had a good game, but I must say Jarrett Allen was a monster in this one. He absolutely dominated opposing starting center Cody Zeller. Jarrett Allen had 22 points on 9 of 12 shooting to go along with 17 rebounds, 8 of them being offensive, 2 steals, and no blocks. So Jarrett Allen didn't even block anyone's shot this game. He didn't pin anyone's shot off the backboard, and he still managed to have a crazy game. 22 and 17 out of J.A. We love to see it. Garrett Temple, he played 30 minutes, only had 4 points on 1 of 7 shooting, but in the upcoming games, he kind of picks things up a little. And the man of the hour, Spencer Dinwiddie, 36 minutes, which is a team high, 20 points, 7 of 18 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, so he could have had a much better game had he shot better from beyond the arc, but he did have 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and only 2 turnovers to go along with 2 steals. So all in all, this was a great game. I want to shout out Jarrett Allen again, though, because I truly think this is the best game of his career. 22 and 17 in only 27 minutes, 8 offensive rebounds. That's crazy. That's some top tier center in the NBA type of business. So shouts to Jarrett Allen. Moving on, the Nets managed to yet again handle the Sacramento Kings, who beat them 116-97. That's now 2 straight teams that we've held under 100 points. The Nets, 116-97. If we're going to recap the matchup, the Kings didn't lead once this entire game. They did not lead once the entire game. Let me repeat that for the 3rd time. They didn't have a single lead the entire game, which is crazy. The Nets had a 22-point lead at one point. The crazy thing is, again, the Kings actually shot pretty well from the field, that is. They shot 45.3% from the field, but they only shot 4 of 26 from 3, which is a 15.4% clip. And then the Nets shot 50.6% from the field. They knocked down 41 of their 81 shots and 35.3% from 3, which is 12 of 34. They did lose the turnover battle, had 18 turnovers to the Kings 16, but they out-rebounded them 48-33, had 13 offensive rebounds, and things really worked out for the Nets in this one. We can start with the Kings. No, we started with the opposing team last time. Let's go with the Nets. Jarrett Allen, since he was player of the game last game, let's start with him. He played 25 minutes to DeAndre Jordan's 19. He had 11 points on 5 of 6 shooting, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. Not an amazing game, but still very serviceable. He did what he needed to do in only 25 minutes, let me say. Joe Harris, I said once he gets going, he's going to get going. He's going to be on fire, a force to be reckoned with. In 28 minutes, Joe Harris, old reliable, is back, baby. 22 points, 8 of 11 shooting, 5 of 7 from the 3-point line, which is 71%, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. 2 blocks, and yet again, another team high, plus 17. Whether he's knocked down or he's ice cold, he still makes his presence known, which is why Joe Harris is such an incredible player. Taurean Prince, 25 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field. Not his greatest game. Garrett Temple, I said he gets it going as we continue to go along the games. He played a team-high 34 minutes and dropped 18 points on 6 of 13 shooting, knocked down 4 of his 9 triples, added 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and had a second to team high, plus 16. So that's great to see out of Garrett Temple, really making things work in the absence of Caris LeVert. Obviously, he's not going to have 18 points every night, but when you can get 18 out of Garrett Temple, of course you'll take it because he is your starting shooting guard. And then our guy, Spencer Dinwiddie, 27 minutes, 23 points on 8 of 15 shooting. He didn't knock down a single triple, hit all 7 of his free throws, and had 7 assists to 4 turnovers. I just want to give a shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie. Although he didn't hit any threes this game, he didn't let that discourage him. He kept shooting. He shot well, actually. 8 of 15 from the field. The only thing that he wasn't getting to go down was his 3-point attempts. He was all 5 from there. But he's really taking control of this team, taking command of the team, become a real leader in the absence of Kyrie and Caris LeVert. And he's been rewarded with that. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, I just want to give, if I'm giving Jarrett Allen a shout out last game, I want to give Spencer Dinwiddie a shout out this game. He led the team in points, and you've seen his assist numbers skyrocket. He's taken on the extra workload that's been asked of him, and he's flourished in that new role. Off the bench, Gianna Musa led the team in scoring. Well, led the bench in scoring in 20 minutes, 10 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He added 8 free throws, knocked down 6 of them, and then DeAndre Jordan off the bench, 19 minutes. Had 6 points and 10 rebounds, which is great. And then do I even want to recap the Kings? Well, it's the Kings, let's be honest here. I mean, Richaun Holmes played very well, a hoop ball favorite. Started at center, 26 minutes, 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting to add 8 rebounds. Yeah, great game from Richaun Holmes. Anyone else? Buddy Hield, 6 of 15, 16 points. Nemanja Bjelica, 13 points of 5 of 9 shooting. No real standout games here. Yet again, the Nets did a good job of locking up the opposing backcourt, which is very, very good considering that Buddy Hield can get hot in a heartbeat. He only had 16 points, like I said, on 6 of 15 shooting, played 32 minutes. So that's good defense as far as I'm concerned. And their starting point guard, Corey Joseph, 22 minutes, 5 points. What? Justin James, 32 minutes off the bench, 14 points on 6 of 14 shooting. I'll take it. Moving on to the next game against the crosstown rival New York Knicks. The Knicks, we always play them close, and I just don't get, it's like, the Knicks come to town and we just think, you know what? We're going to have a close game because we want people to enjoy it. I would very much enjoy us blowing the Knicks out by 40 rather than 2. But, hey, I'll take it. They did manage to score over 100, though, so they did something that the Kings and Hornets couldn't do. We won 103-101. A very, very, very tight game. Looking at the matchup, the Knicks had a 5-point lead at one point, but then the Nets came back, took a 14-point lead, which was their biggest of the game. And the Nets managed to win the turnover battle, 16-11. We did get out rebounded though, 43-35. But you know, when you have 16 power forwards on your roster, that's probably going to happen, as the Knicks do. The Knicks shot 46.2% from the field, 51.4% from 3, but they did shoot a horrific 56.2% from the free throw line, while the Nets shot 40.3% from the field, 36.8% from 3, and 79.4% from the free throw line. Now, in all these stats I just said, all these numbers I just gave, you would think that the Knicks won, but they didn't, which just proves how garbage they truly are. Marcus Morris, he played 32 minutes, had 26 points, 4 rebounds. Marcus Morris got his points. He did what he needed to do. Julius Randle, 31 minutes, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He's probably, by all accounts, their best player. So there you go. Giving up 15 to their best player, I'll take it. No one else in the Knicks starting lineup had more than 8 points, as Frank Ntilikina started at point guard and was 3 for 11 from the field, and Kevin Knox was their shooting guard, 1 of 4 from the field. So yet another backcourt that the Nets managed to play great defense on, which I'm very happy to see. Moving on to the team that really matters in New York, the Brooklyn Nets. Joe Harris, he was great last game. This game, he played 29 minutes, 13 points, 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. But, you know, like I said before, Joe Harris, just keep him out there on the court and he's going to make plays. Taurean Prince, 6 of 14 from the field, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. I'll take it out of Taurean Prince. Jarrett Allen, another very, 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 very good game. 31 minutes to DeAndre Jordan, 16. 18 points from Jarrett Allen on 5 of 9 shooting, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, which is 72.7%. I will take that out of Jarrett Allen all day. He added 10 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. And yet again, 2 out of these 3 games from Jarrett Allen have been incredible games. He's the X factor on this team. If he's rolling, this team is hard to stop. They're hard to score on. They're just hard to beat if Jarrett Allen's rolling. Spencer Dinwiddie, 35 minutes, 30 points on 7 of 17 shooting, knocked down 13 of his 14 attempts from the free throw line. Kid was on fire. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a team high +8. And then Garrett Temple, 35 minutes. Him and Spencer Dinwiddie both played 35 minutes. That was the team high. Second most was Taurean Prince with 34, and then Jarrett Allen with 31. Garrett Temple had 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Yet again, he knocked down 4 threes. Those were his only points of the game. He was 4 of 8 from the 3-point line. And he didn't really have much else outside of 2 steals. Off the bench, nobody really contributed much. Iman Shumpert did play 19 minutes, so he had 5 points on 1 of 2 shooting to go along with 1 assist, really, and a steal. I still think that David Nwaba should touch the court more often, but hey, we're on a 4-game win streak. Kenny seems to know what he's doing. I'll let him rock. And then on to the last game that I'll recap. The Nets beat the Cavs by 2 yet again. We have won our last 2 games by a combined 4 points. We beat the Cavs 108-106. In this game, it was kind of back and forth until the Nets pulled away. It was 13 lead changes. The Nets shot 46.8% from the field, 32.4% from 3, and 81.8% from the free throw line. If you hear a little like buzzing in the sound, like psst, it's my heater because I'm at home and it's mighty cold in New York. So if you hear that, that's what it is. The Cavs shot 42.6% from the field, 40.6% from 3, and 65% from the free throw line. We won the turnover battle. I'm happy to say that. 9-10. And less than double-digit turnovers for the Nets is very, very, very good. We managed to have a whopping 10 blocks, and we did win the rebound battle. So this was an all-around good game, balanced game from the Nets. Joe Harris, my boy, 32 minutes, 19 points, 8 of 17 from the field, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Taurean Prince, 18 points, 7 of 14 from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Jarrett Allen, this was a monster game from Jarrett Allen. 34 minutes, 22 points on 9 of 10 shooting, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 9 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive rebounds, to combine for a whopping 21 rebounds. He had a 20-20 game. 22 points, 21 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. The man is a monster. He's been amazing lately. Garrett Temple, a team-high 36 minutes, 7 points, 1 of 5 from 3. If Garrett Temple's not knocking down threes, he's not going to have a very productive game. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, 33 minutes, 23 points on 10 of 24 shooting, not his best shooting night, 1 of 5 from 3. He's gone very cold from 3 over these past 4 games, and we've still managed to win them. So that says something. 9 assists to only 1 turnover. Like I said before, he did have 3 blocks. Spencer Dinwiddie is embracing this new point guard role with Kyrie and Karras out, which were the Nets' 2 main ball handlers and the 2 guys that initiated the offense more often than not. With them down, Spencer Dinwiddie has accepted and embraced this new role as the primary ball handler. He's setting guys up, getting them to their spots, getting in his own position. And I think he's still trying to figure out how to get, because he's never really had to play primary point guard for a good playoff-bound team, which I'm going to say the Nets are. So I think he's still trying to get the balance of, getting himself involved and getting his teammates involved, getting him in rhythm, while also trying to get his teammates in rhythm. And which I think you can attest the bad 3-point shooting as of late. I think as he continues to play this primary ball handler position, which hopefully he won't have to do for much longer because we need Kyrie back. Please come back. I think he'll start to shoot better. And once Kyrie does come back, he'll just be able to go back to that role of, just coming off the bench maybe, or if Kenny chooses to start him, just getting buckets. That's what Spencer Dinwiddie does. He gets buckets, and that's what we need him to do. If he's able to do that, and also play make, then we got a special player on our hands. On the Cavs side of the ball, Larry Nance Jr., 33 minutes, 20 points on 8 of 16 shooting, go along with 13 rebounds. A good game from him. Colin Sexton, 18 points, 7 of 22 shooting, 31.8% from the field. Darius Garland, 11 points in 22 minutes, 4 of 10. Jordan Clarkson, 23 points off the bench on 8 of 17 shooting. Yet again, I think the Nets did a wonderful job of playing defense on the point guard, shooting guard backcourt of this Cleveland Cavaliers team. And they were without Kevin Love, of course, but okay, we're without Kyrie Irving, so I don't want to hear the excuses. And tonight, in approximately like 2 hours, the Nets are going to be taking on the Boston Celtics. So we're really going to... A lot of people have been saying, oh, the Nets are on a 4-game win streak because who'd they play? The Hornets, the Kings, the Knicks, and the Cavs. They should beat them. Okay, well, the way that the Nets have been playing recently, that's not guaranteed. So we're going to take what we can get. And I'm very proud of the Nets for winning these last 4 games. And I'd like to keep it up against this Celtics team. And yes, this Celtics team, a shout out to Kemba Walker. He will be playing. He's probably going to play in this game. The fact that he's been able to come back from what looks like a very gruesome neck injury, props to you. My prayers went out to you. And it's good that he'll be playing in this game. On the other side of things, though, Kyrie will not be playing in this game. There's signs posted outside of TD Garden, like with Kyrie's face saying coward. Whatever you Celtics, Hunter's not here, so I can really talk crap about the Celtics as much as I want. As much as you Celtics fans want to say Kyrie was a coward, but coward this, blah, blah, that, let the team down, we're better without him. You are not better without Kyrie Irving. I don't care what you did in 2017, who cares? Kyrie Irving, without a doubt, made that Celtics team better. Yes, he admits he's not the perfect human, he's not the perfect man, he's not the perfect basketball player. But I don't think there's a soul in this earth that truly believes that the Celtics were a better team without Kyrie Irving. They just weren't. I'm sorry. Whatever the stats say, whatever win streak they went on, they were not a better team without Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving automatically makes every team he's on better. It's as simple as that. He's a superstar. No matter where he is, he's going to make that team better. So whatever you Celtics fans want to say, I hope we blow you out by 60, which probably won't happen. We might even lose, but I hope we don't. I'm going to say every time I make a prediction that involves the Nets winning, they lose. So I'm not going to make a prediction, but I hope that this is a great game versus the Celtics, and I hope we win. Simple as that. Now, I want to shout out 2 people in particular who have really shouted out the whole podcast, but let me give them their own little segment. Jarrett Allen and Spencer Dinwiddie. Those two men have really taken this thing seriously. Jarrett Allen had 3 incredible games and another good game in his 4-game streak. 3 superstar caliber game, all-star caliber games, and another one that was like a good NBA center game. Spencer Dinwiddie, he won Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He's, like I said, embraced his role over the past 4 games. He's playing 33.2 minutes, averaging 24 points. 7 assists, 2.5 rebounds, 1 steal, only 1.8 turnovers per game. Let me say that again. 7 assists per game and only 1.8 turnovers. That's incredible. Shooting 43.2% from the field and 96.3% from the free throw line. He's been amazing. And let's hope that he can keep this up. He has been a saving grace. Without him, there's no shot that the Nets are winning these 4 games. And he's really taken this role by the horns, and he's been amazing in it. Jarrett Allen, our young stud, our young guy, our young boss. In the last 4 games, he's playing 29.7 minutes per game. Not even 30 minutes per game. 18.3 points, 14.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.5 steals. Not even a block a game, and we know that's probably his best asset. So if he gets that rolling, the sky's the limit for this kid. Shooting 75.7% from the field, 70.8% from the free throw line, which is amazing, and not even averaging a turnover per game with 0.8. Those 2 guys have been the backbone of this Nets team, and they've propelled them to these 4 straight wins. But that's not it, though. Over the past 4 games, and let me say this. When the Nets came into the season, when they were struggling, before these last 4 games, what were we saying? What was everybody saying? What was every Nets fan saying? We can't play any defense. Why are we getting lit up? Why is our defense so bad? Well, I'll be happy to let you know that over these last 4 games, you know who has the 3rd best defensive rating in the entire NBA? Yes, it is the Brooklyn Nets with a defensive rating of 101, which is only second and which is third to only the Celtics and Nuggets. I want to say that the Nets have been playing incredible defense, and they should be called out for that because it's good. They should be playing good defense. Look, don't get me wrong. It's nothing that they shouldn't be doing, but let's give some credit where credit is due. The 3rd best defensive rating in the league, even though it's only 4 games, that's impressive nonetheless. And their offense hasn't trailed off either. They're 18th in offensive rating, but they're not far behind all the other teams, and they're still winning games. They've still been very, very, very good, and their 3-point percentage is not that great over these past 4 games, so if they pick that up, there's no way that they're not top 10 at least. So I just want to shout that out. The Nets have been playing very, very good defense, which is something that we've been waiting to see for a very long time. And before we get into anything else, let me just be a company man real quick. The Bruise Letter. Folks, we have a very special announcement. Our founder, the great Aaron Brewski, has decided to write an email newsletter for the 2019-2020 season. It's exclusive content you cannot find anywhere else. Nowhere else. It's not on the website. It's not on or in any podcast. Not even this one, might I add. It's not on social media. It's only in the email newsletter, and you can sign up to get it for free. Just go to hoop-ball.com/newsletter and sign up in 10 seconds. Again, the site is hoop-ball.com/newsletter. You can just type in Hoop Ball in your Google and it'll come up. You just click the link to the Hoop Ball website, and the little newsletter where you can put in your email pops right up. So just go to that. It's not only fantasy advice, but just his thoughts on every single team. All 30 teams in the NBA delivered in a nice, digestible format to you in your email every single week. Aaron Brewski, straight to your inbox every week. Enjoy. And with that, I'm going to head on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with just me. Hunter will most likely be back next episode. And I just want to wish everyone that's listening to this yet again a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you for listening to the Hoop Ball Nets podcast. I am thankful for you. And I know Hunter is as well. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your podcast. Look up Brooklyn Nets, Hoop Ball Nets, either one, we come up. Press subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and review. All reviews are getting right on the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Hoop Ball Nets. And you can follow us individually. I'm at Najee Adams _ Hunter is at Hunter _ JKR. Our links to our Twitters are in the little description of the podcast, so you can just click on that. And, let me not forget my game. I'm going to look up a random letter generator, and I'm going to say a player's name that starts with that letter. Give me a second. That letter is T. What is a NBA player whose name starts with T? Why did I want to say Terry Bradshaw? He definitely played in the NFL. We're going to go with Tony Allen. There we go. Tony Allen, the best defender that Kobe's ever faced, might I add. So that's a good way to end it off because the Nets have been playing good defense lately. So without further ado, that'll do it for this episode. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy holidays, everyone. And we'll see you all next time.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.